Hello, welcome to another cooking video. Today I'm going to teach you how to make a delicious and fancy eggplant stew. I'll explain every step in detail, from preparing the potatoes to frying the eggplants and all the steps before making a tasty stew. Let's get started. Like this video and subscribe to my channel. If you have any comments, feel free to write them below. Before we start, first we need 1.5 to 2 kilograms of eggplants. I have chosen medium-sized eggplants because I think they taste better after frying. Separate the tops like I do and prepare the eggplants. Peel the eggplants with a peeler or knife. Now place them in a bowl and add a bit of salt. The reason we add salt is to remove the bitterness from the eggplants. Toss them in the bowl so the salt reaches everywhere. Let them sit in the salt for about an hour. Then take them out and rinse them in fresh water. Leave them in water for half an hour, which will be great. After soaking, drain them in a colander and let the water run off. Then, get ready to fry them in whatever amount of oil you think is needed. Once you have a little oil in the pan, slowly place the eggplants in it and let one side fry completely. While the eggplants are frying, prepare half a kilogram of lentils. Wash them well. About 3 cups of lentils make half a kilogram, like I do. Make sure there's no dust or dirt left. I usually wash the lentils 2 or 3 times and then let them soak in water for a bit, around an hour or 2. You can see that one side of our eggplants is fried. Flip them over so the other side becomes equally golden and soft. Once done, remove them from the oil and let them rest on a paper towel to separate the oil. Alright, our eggplants are done. Now the next step is to chop 1 or 2 medium onions. Add a bit of oil to the frying pan, then start frying them. I usually add turmeric once the onions are a bit fried before we proceed to the meat. We need about 1 kilogram of fresh lamb meat, seasoned and ready. Here, as you see, I added chopped onions completely into it, mixed it thoroughly with the meat and put it on medium flame, stirring to ensure the onions and meat are well sautéed together. Once it's slightly fried, you see that the meat and onions release moisture without adding any extra water. Now strain the soaked lentils. Rinse them briefly with water and prepare to cook them in a different pan, starting to sauté them. Some say not to fry, but I think it adds flavor until the lentils are sautéed. I usually add about 7 to 8 black limes. For these, I soak them and set aside to absorb the flavors. Once the lentils are slightly sautéed, I add about 3 to 4 tablespoons of tomato paste. My paste is homemade, which makes my stew delicious. If you don't have homemade, you can use store-bought paste. Mix the paste and the lentils together until they are both well sautéed. Now I add about 2 cups of boiling water and stir well with the meat. Before adding, I flavor it with a cinnamon stick and 2 cardamoms for a great aroma. This makes the stew more aromatic. Then I add the previously sautéed paste and lentils to the stew and allow it to cook thoroughly. I then wash the soaked black limes again and make a few holes in them. I place them on the stew. If you prefer, you can cut the limes in half. This depends on your taste. I gently place them on the stew and cover it, allowing them to cook together for another half hour. When it's nearly done, it's time to add the spices. I add salt, add pepper, and a little bit of brewed saffron to your dish. Remember, do not pour ice into the saffron. Add 1 or 2 tablespoons of rose water to bring the aroma of celebration stews and make a delicious and aromatic stew easily. Finally, just test it to see if the lentils are soft. Yes, and they should be soft. Let's work on the rice now. Prepare as much rice as you think you'll need and add salt to it. So, while your rice is soaking, let's start preparing the fries because I want to have them with the stew and potatoes. Peel the potatoes and cut them into pieces, then slice them up easily. After you cut the potatoes, wash them once or twice and let them soak in water for a bit. This helps them fry better. In the meantime, chop an average-sized onion. Add it to the pan to make crispy onions. I added a bit of oil to my onions and started frying them. Then I added a bit of turmeric for a nice color and aroma. Now cut 10 to 12 tomatoes in half and put them on top of the crispy onions. You can use more or less depending on how many guests you have. The tomatoes will start cooking and softening. And add a spoonful of spices to the tomatoes, a bit of salt, pepper, or even cinnamon, and any other spices you think are necessary. Let it simmer a bit longer. Allow the tomatoes to cook more and soften. For extra taste, I added a handful of fresh sour grapes which make the eggplant stew much tastier. Finally, add half a glass of room temperature water. Let it simmer a little more. Then put the grilled eggplants on top of the tomatoes. Cover it and let it cook for about 40 minutes so everything softens together. Now drain the soaked potatoes. Throw out the water and let's fry them in a pan with as much oil as you think is necessary. Add some salt. I check to see if the oil is hot enough. When it starts sizzling when the potatoes are added, it means it's ready. Fry the potatoes until they are golden and kinda crispy so you have delicious fries to go with the stew. Finally, it's time to cook the rice. First, check the eggplant to see if it's getting tender. Now throw the soaked rice and drain its water into a big boiling pot on the stove. Cooking rice is something everyone knows. When it comes to making the crust, I pour a bit of oil in the bottom of the pot, add some cumin for extra flavor, and put the perfect size bread I have across the bottom. It's exactly the size of my pan, which is pretty lucky. I taste the rice and see if it's softened but still a bit firm. When it's ready to drain, I pour it into a colander to drain the water, then put it into another pot with a fresh bread crust lining the bottom. I make a few valleys in the rice using the back of a spoon and let it steam fully on medium heat. I also melt a little butter and pour it over the rice to make it more aromatic and flavorful. And just like that, you can make your eggplant or green stew tastier. Any way you like to present it is fine, is done. I hope you enjoyed the video. Since this stew is for about 10 to 12 people, that's why I made a bit more. If you liked this video and my stew, please like it and leave your comments for me on how you prefer your stews. Don't forget to subscribe to my cooking channel and I'll see you in the next video.